northern Indiana, and by the way, temperatures in New York City have yet to hit the 90s. And Los Angeles apparently is not really feeling the heat this summer either. Meanwhile, the White House is pushing a slew of policy changes geared towards slowing climate change. So what's the truth in the debate over global warming? Where are we today? Both sides now with Chris Horner, counsel for the Cooler Heads Coalition, and federal climate scientologist Brenda Eckwurzel. Good morning to both of you. Who wants to start here? Because I'm trying to figure out what the truth is. Brenda, ladies first. Go for it.
Thank you. Earth's average temperature rises and falls in large part due to multi-year ocean cycles, such as La Nina and El Nino in the Pacific. Meanwhile, human-induced global warming are pushing temperatures even higher. So, for example, 1998 was a naturally cool year, but 1998 was a naturally hotter year, and global warming made it even hotter.
So,
whereas 2008 was a cooler year, and global warming less cool.
Let me slide in Chris here. She's not backing away from the idea about global warming.
No, but she was onto something there for a second. Should have kept pulling that thread. The oceans actually have the strongest correlation. It's not La Nina and El Nino. It's the Pacific Decadal Oscillation, the Atlantic Multi-Decadal Oscillation, to get pointy-headed. Those have a very high correlation with climate. Carbon dioxide does not. The sun does. Carbon dioxide does not. But it's no fun to regulate or pretend to tax the sun. So I think people have gotten an idea what this is really all about.
It's about?
Well, we know that.
Well, let me ask you, Bill. Is it warmer at noon or midnight? Well, and why? Okay, the solar physicists are the ones who predicted cooling, not the alarmists like UCS. This is about using the weather as an excuse to advance a policy agenda. You'll notice that nothing ever proposed by anybody, whether this bill in Congress or the Kyoto Treaty, according to anybody, would detectably impact the climate. It's irrational, therefore, to conclude that it's about the climate.
Here's what I'm trying to figure.
I want to take about what it would do.
I want to take all the politics and cut it up and put it to the side. And I mean, I'm looking for a National Weather Service here. They're saying a monthly departure of only 4 degrees below normal is very significant. Well, here in New York City, we haven't had a single day that's hit 90 degrees yet. It's the 5th of August. My parents' anniversary, by the way. Happy anniversary.
This whole alarm is over 1 degree over a century.
I got more. Hang on. For the second time in 140 years, New York failed to reach 90 in June or July. This could be the coolest summer on record. I'm just reading the facts here. Los Angeles, 40 straight days from late May to the end of June. LA had below average temperatures every single day. July ended cooler than normal. I mean, how do you fight against something like that, Brenda?
Well, focusing on one region is similar to looking at a big toe and a cut that has healed and ignoring the fact that a patient is running a fever and needs medical attention. So the fact is that 16 of the last 20 years are the hottest on record since they began recording temperatures worldwide in the 1800s.
Okay,
Chris?
Bill. Focusing on one region is not appropriate. That's odd because, yeah, these people have made their bones running around hair on fire if it's hot in one town and then they run to the next town. That's what they do, and suddenly it's inappropriate because it's cooling. Now, the claim she just made actually accommodates a curve that goes up, plateaus, and goes down. It's cooling. I could say 7 of the Dow's 10 highest years have just happened. Does that mean it's been going up? No. Of course it hasn't. They're playing with numbers in order to advance an agenda. You've just heard an explanation of why, quote, we must act now, because the cooling is now projected to continue for 3 decades or so, and then pow, they say, just wait. The same people who told us it's been warming all along, until last year they finally admitted the cooling trend, and suddenly say it's not fair to look at isolated incidents. That's all they do.
All right, I gave Brenda the first word. Chris, I'll give you the last word. I think it's really important to have this debate to try and figure this out. So much of the legislation that's being crafted in Washington now goes to climate change and protecting the environment in which we live and living more greener lives that I tell you, we've had numerous conversations in the city of New York already this summer as to why in the world it's so darn cool outside. We're not complaining. We'd love it because it's a nasty city when it gets up around 100 degrees. Brenda, thank you. Chris, thanks for participating. Nice to have you both.